If you are watching this video, it's because you missed the question in front of you. So let's take a look at that question that you just missed and see where you went wrong. So the question that you just missed was y equals negative 3x minus 4 and y equals a negative 7x minus 12. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to recognize that these are already solved in terms of y. So this y is already solved for itself. This y is already solved for itself. You need to use one of those and replace it with the other one. So if I'm going to take this and I'm going to replace it right there so that I'm going to have a negative 3x minus 4 is now equal, because I'm taking this whole thing and putting it right here for y, and so then I've got equals whatever y equals, which is negative 7x minus 12. So now I have those both equal to each other. I could have taken this one and put it up here, and if I had done that, it would have been negative 7x minus 12 is equal to negative 3x minus 4, and that would have been the same thing. So it doesn't really matter which one comes first as long as one of these is on one side and the other one is on the other side of the equal sign. Now I simply have to solve. Here are my x's. They are not on the same side, so something's got to move. So if I want to move my x's first, I can. Or if I want to move my constants first, I can do that. I'm going to move my constants. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. You could have also added 7 to both sides, 7x. You could have added 12 to both sides. You could have subtracted, or you could have added 3x to both sides. I'm going to choose to add 4 to both sides. These are going to cancel out, and it's going to give me negative 3x is equal to negative 7x, and then a negative 12 plus 4 is a negative 8. I'm then going to add my 7x, and the reason I chose to add my 7x is because, again, here are my x's. This x is already by itself. So then so that means this one needs to come over here and join it. So I'm going to add a 7x to both sides. Those are going to cancel out. It's going to leave me with 4x, because a negative 3 plus 7 is 4x, is equal to a negative 8. The last thing for me to do is now divide by 4. And when I divide by 4, I'm going to get x to be negative 2. Now, since I know that x is negative 2, I can take my x and figure out my y. And it doesn't matter which of the two equations that I substitute this in for. So I'm going to take my x equals negative 2, and I'm going to replace it up here. I'm going to pick this one just because it's on the top. Doesn't matter really which one I pick. So y is now equal to a negative 3, and instead of x, I'm going to replace that x with my negative 2 minus 4. So that means y is going to equal negative 3 times negative 2 is a 6, positive 6, minus 4. So y is equal to 6 minus 4, which is 2. So my actual ordered pair is going to be, because I have to write it as an ordered pair of x comma y, so my x is going to be negative 2, my y would be positive 2. So that means that this particular problem has one solution, and that one solution is negative 2, 2. So if I were to have graphed these two lines, had them cross on a coordinate plane, they would have crossed at the point negative 2, 2, because that's where those two lines are equal. So check your paper and see where you missed that problem, and then you can continue on to the next problem that you need to work.